and the World Cup was decided on non-refereeing decisions. Let's go through some of them.
Yeah, you're right, they're non-refereeing decisions.
Now, that is a penalty. There is no way Woodcock there has hold of that ball. Look at Richie McCaw off his feet, still playing the ball. And what we're saying is it's got to be fair for both sides. Now, this is the big one. Watch Kieran Reid. Watch Kieran Reid. Comes offside just now. There he is. Goes back. And I've got no problems with that. That's the correct way to do it. Keep your eye on the far side now. Morgan Parra for France. Watch this. Goes offside. Comes back. Exactly the same. 3 points. Shot at goal. Let's watch this. Bang. High tackle. That is a penalty. Let's watch again. You come here. Off their feet. Watch. That is a penalty to Dissautoir.
That's just unbelievable.
That is just a penalty to Dissautoir. And they gave those penalties to New Zealand. Look at Richie McCaw. Now they're playing the ball off their feet. And the French are livid because that's a penalty. This is the one. This is the non-decision. Watch Kano.
This is shameful if we can see it from.
We'll see the reverse angle in a sec, Frano, yeah. He actually tells him to release the ball there, and look at Yashvili. Now that is really bad. I don't like talking about this. Look at Kano,
off his feet,
and throws the ball forward, and then that player who is offside. There are 4 penalties there, and he refuses to make any decision.
Shameful.
It is a shame. It is shameful. It's a shameful that the World Cup. Unfortunately, it will always be there as New Zealand's. It's just so sad we've got to talk about this, and I'm very reluctant to do it. Because it's not...
Don't be, Matty.
Well, it's not blaming New Zealand. New Zealand deserve it, and then good luck to them. They've been the best team. It's not about beating New Zealand up. I'm saying that France, on that day, like Richie McCaw said, France should have had 2 or 3 opportunities to win that game from penalties because New Zealand were infringing. And the referee did not referee both sides with the same... We just showed it. He didn't have the same rules for both sides. No. That's all you want. And that World Cup was decided on refereeing decisions. And that's a really sad thing to say.
I don't think we're being harsh, and we have to point it. It's our job to say it is. It was a shameful performance from Joubert. I think the French knew what was going to happen before they went in. I think Paddy O'Brien did brilliantly to make sure that the most benign referee in terms of a New Zealand perspective was on the park. He didn't referee them at the breakdown. He was completely inconsistent, and his as you say, that's the correct way to call it, his non-refereeing of the breakdown. And you could see the French, they knew exactly what they were going to have to do. They were going to have to play within the rules. I'm not sure what the penalty count was. I'd say it was at least 2-1. You know, at half-time, I think it was about 8-3. Yeah. He gave a few more penalties to France in the second half because they were in the ascendancy, because they were making the plays, because they were on top of the game. And that Kano one was just disgraceful. Yeah,
that's the one.
You just can't. And that was on the 40-metre line. So that was a very kickable penalty for Trinduk. You know, he missed one. But
Frano, what you consider the referee saying? We're going to stop on the referee after this.
No, let's keep going.
No, is it?
We're on a roll.
We don't want to be saying that New Zealand don't deserve this. They do deserve it. But just equally, France deserved the shot to win it.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to be the person making the decision that New Zealand would lose the World Cup.
But how can
that's why. He abrogated responsibility.
Yeah. How can you not? I mean, he was only 2 or 3 yards away from Kano, when Kano went over the top, played the ball off his feet, knocked it on. Hoare came on from an offside position. I mean, 3 or 4 penalties. Yeah. So, you know, and that was...
I'm at a loss.
Yeah.
I can't. So all we can do is point it out.
And if France had got that penalty, you would undoubtedly have seen a situation where he would have brought them back into the game, and given them a shot at getting the winning penalty. There's no question about it.
Well, pressure got to everyone.
It did.
Except France. And you've got to give France credit.
Yeah.
They played really good rugby. They made it, well, I'm trying to think of the finals, a great final, as in a tense final.